Trout, I want to know why is Castro any weirder than the Un boys in North Korea? I see you say he's the weirdest, but I don't know. I feel like the North Korea boys are pretty strange.
Little clickbaity there. He is a fucking weirdo. He famously is the father to Trudeau, which I completely forgot to write into the script of my video, despite the fact that like all the evidence that he fucked Trudeau's mom and then they look the same as there. Wore the exact same thing like literally every day for the entirety of his life until he switched it up for tracksuits, and then he started getting like bashed by news agencies because they said it was like kind of frumpy of him. But I fuck with the tracksuits. I think they go hard. He had the world's largest ice cream building or ice creamatorium. I don't know what the hell you call it. Ice cream parlor built, seated 1,000 people. And they're like bragging about, it had at its peak had 26 whole different flavors of ice cream to choose from. So I was like, wow, that's nearly as many as Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but Baskin Robbins is pumping those numbers. Like at least half of them are horse shit. Where it's like bubble gum, fuck you. Not eating bubble gum.
Those are the same flavor.
Yeah, sour blue raz.
My patriotism requires me to say, you don't know that those other flavors are good. What are we doing about North Korea ice cream or something? Like, what's to say they're better than Baskin Robbins? That all 26 are bangers.
Oh, no, I was meaning that if Baskin Robbins is having to stretch it, then I bet there were some fucking losers in the Castro kitchen. Like, there aren't 30 good flavors of ice cream on Earth. There's unless you get into like weird math and you're like, we're going to count vanilla and we're going to count vanilla with cookie dough as different flavors and vanillas with
two different flavors. You're
cookies.
Saying cookie dough and vanilla don't count as two flavors?
I'm saying we're stretching. Like that's a topping addition, not the ice cream itself.
Get the fuck out of here. It's not an addition. Bullshit. It's mixed in.
That's what it is. You add it and you mix it in. Point proven.
And there's only one flavor of ice cream.
Yeah, there's only vanilla.
It would be vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, bubble gum,
there
raspberry,
are no flavors of
pistachio.
Ice cream, Taylor, because those are just toppings mixed in. That's what chocolate is. Chocolate doesn't count as a flavor now under Taylor's rules.
You're being
Castro would do away.
You
with
are looking at my salient point and being pedantic.
The Castro
was works in an ice cream shop. You should know better.
Because I did work in an ice cream shop for a day. I even forget that. I won't tell the story again. But yeah, I have one day of
he was stealing
ice cream
the cream.
Experience. One day of Ben and Jerry's experience.
I expected more from a retired professional.
Now I'm looking at his ice cream parlor here. Not only was he just a voracious ice cream eater, they're talking about him finishing off like 18 scoops after a Sunday lunch
in one sitting. Yeah,
but I think the reason for him investing in it was because of the American embargo. He couldn't get like American ice creams. He's like, I'll show them. I'll make my own ice cream and better.
That's what he was doing. He was trying to breed a Cuban super cow. So they spent all this money like researching because he wanted Cuba to be like the dairy capital of, the Western hemisphere. And so they were selectively breeding cows until they got one Ubre Blanca, white udder, which they said it produced like 29 gallons of milk in one day, which would be the world record. And it's also like double the amount that even like modern fucking cows produce.
He wouldn't lie about that.
It's total horse shit. He like made it his pride and joy. And it was like I was saying, I mean, it was literally to like brag to the Western world, like, oh no, well, I don't know why I was going to make him Russian. Commie. Communism works. Look at how great our system is.
Look at this. I only can do the Mexican. So look at this cow. They make more milk than you can even believe.
Do a Tony Montana. That'll get you there.
Isn't he like angry?
Usually, yeah. Pacino's just always angry. So
this cow makes more milk than anyone.
No,
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen Scarface?
No. Oh, actually, I have. I saw it on TV, and I didn't appreciate it because they took a lot of scenes out. Apparently,
well, I was like 14
or 15.
What do you? Yeah, watch King of the Hill 50 fucking times.
I on the tail of the Castro ice cream thing, where like he was trying to lie about that, but it was also clearly his very most favoritist food. Kim Jong-un is a cheese man, a regular cheeseman. And I like that about him because do you know the dedication it takes to be a bona fide cheeseman if you're Asian?
Mm-hmm. Lactose intolerant.
Yeah. He's having diuretic shits, just brutal bowel movements for days, but it won't stop him. He's eating entire bricks of cheese. The article I found was like Kim Jong-un's favorite snack, only cheese. And so it's like he's not even having entire charcuterie layouts. He's just feasting on like a brick of Gouda and then some Swiss and then throw a little, Gruyere in there. Not crackers for him. He's a purist. He's eating it with his hands. Who's going to fucking stop him? He's a king.
Giant rat.
He does look a little like that. That would be horrible for me if everybody had to tell me I wasn't getting fat. They'd be like, wow, you're looking good. And I'd be like out of breath walking up 3 stairs.
He was seemingly losing weight there for a bit, but I saw him maybe 3 months ago whenever that battleship of theirs tipped over and broke. And he was wearing like this. He looked like Tony Soprano in the later seasons when he's wearing that gigantic leather jacket. He had one of those on, sort of prancing around. He had a bad bitch with him, though. I always see him with like a really hot 22-year-old Korean girl. Who's well fed.
Has to offer.
They're like the pleasure team or something like that.
I don't know if he has that, but Gaddafi had like those.
I watched an interview today of a guy who used to work in the palace where all those girls were, and they're showing this like aerial view of the compound, and it's gigantic. It's just for him, and he has a handful of women who sometimes will wait around for like over a year or two before they get selected to be banged.
It's awesome. I hope he's into weird stuff too.
I bet he's into cheese play. That's probably what he's all about. Yeah, he makes them eat it. They're also lactose intolerant. They're all lactose intolerant because they're in Korea. But he's in it for the love of the game. Couldn't respect that guy more for what he's doing over there. I mostly know about the cheese stuff. I don't know what else he's up. What else?
I don't know where he stands. Geopolitically, I don't know where he's at, but big fan of the cheesy.
Greatest golfer ever, I'm told.
A despot. How about this pot of cheese? Yeah, eating that. That's what he's doing.
Pretty evil guy. I don't think those troops he sent to Russia panned out too well. That seemed to really fizzle out on him.
Yeah, they had probably unrestricted access to pornography and then immediately just jerked themselves off till they got droned to death.
And also,
they died doing what they love.
Being some Russian soldier who was just given you're conscripted as a Russian. You're like, fuck, I gotta go to war. And then you're like, oh, but at least we've been reassured this is going super well. There aren't enormous casualties on both sides of this conflict. And then you just see a random team of 5'4" North Koreans in their goofy outfits. And you're just like, oh my God, this cannot be going well. This is.
I saw where some Russians, so the Koreans gave a bunch of stuff. Artillery shells and men were the main things you heard about, but also some rations, food, military rations. And I saw this Russian soldier, and obviously they're printed, the cans of food are printed in Korean. Russians don't read Korean any better than we do. So he's just like, you know what this says? I looked into it. I translated. Dog is dog. They had sent a fucking canned dog.